Time to, once again, I'm doing this in my PJs, I'm sorry. I do kind of apologise, but it's quite chilly tonight, and I wanted to do a comic book graphic novel review for Superhero Wednesday. I'm quite chilly, I need to get this hair sorted, I wanted to stay nice and cosy whilst we do book time. So welcome back to the Visual Guys Superhero Wednesday / graphic novels comic book review. These are episodes that I don't chuck up all that often because other shit comes up and stuff like that. I like to do it every now and then. This is a book that I've had on my shelf for a little while, but I've went back and reread it a couple of weeks ago and I thought, fuck it, I need to do a review on that. And it's more the imagery and what this book represents in terms of quite a heavy issue, actually, that made me wanted to do this. So not so much in terms of just the storytelling wise, but what message it's trying to send. I think it's quite important / can I say cool? Like cool as in like cool to talk about. Read and use words, I swear to God I can, but we're talking about Fallen Son, the death of Captain America. First of all, that is the cover art. Yes, Captain America being buried. You got Iron Man, you got Spider-Woman, Spider-Man, Hawkeye, and Wolverine on the cover. Instantaneously, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cover work. Amazing. Of course, this is the heart. This is a collection of a few different ones. Inside this, it says it on the inside. We have like a few awesome chapters. You've got, and it's all to do with to deal with how you're supposed to feel and the emotions and the stages you go through during death and mourning when somebody dies. You've got Wolverine is denial, the Avengers is anger, Hawkeye is bargaining, and Spider-Man is depression, and Iron Man is acceptance. And all of these different superheroes go through their own little journeys inside of the world, well, this world where Captain America has died, and you follow through with them and you see how they're dealing with it and what's going on and what's going through their minds and their mindsets and how they're acting and behaving and how it's really affected them. But this is a really, really cool book. Of course, this is the collection for, again, I'll read them all for you now. The collections of Fallen Son Wolverine, Fallen Son Avengers, Fallen Son Captain America, Fallen Son Spider-Man, Fallen Son Iron Man, Captain America Comics #1. And this cost me a hefty £30. Also written by Jeff Loeb, who was a writer on the TV shows Lost and Heroes, which are both shows I absolutely love. So, you know, there's some real good writing behind it. We'll go through some of the artwork because I really want to get to the point where I show you the each of the heroes' stages and what their thingy looks like. We'll get to that bit now. First, straight away, you get the folded like American flag like they do with army soldiers and stuff like that. #1, Fallen Son, Denial, is of course Wolverine. He's all shot up, bullets and stuff around. Captain America's shield in the back. Now this one's quite cool because it shows you Wolverine. There's a great image, there it is, with Daredevil. He's interacting with Daredevil, and I just love that. I absolutely, if you can see it quite well, I fucking adore that picture right there. Wolverine going for like a straightforward jump. Wolverine sort of, Daredevil doing like a leap backwards. Great imagery, the birds are flying in the background. The artwork in this is beautiful. So a key panel which I wanted to bring out here, just to show the relationship between Captain America and Crossbones, is Wolverine's going absolutely nuts with Crossbones at the bottom, see there? He's like, what's this gun for? I think they're talking about what's this gun and all this kind of shit. But anyway, he says, you really think Captain America's dead? Crossbones just simply replies, he'd better be. Get into a nice little gunfight between Crossbones and Wolverine. Daredevil in the background, trying not to get shot because he can't recover that well, not like Wolverine. Wolverine ends up coming on top. Well, of course he beats Crossbones. He showed, well, it was Miss Marvel at the time with Spider-Woman, Anger. That's a really cool cover artwork. That's Fallen Son 2. Well, I will go into detail of the stories a little bit more, but I just really wanted to get on this Spider-Woman with Captain America in the back. I just wanted to go through these main concept arts first. Oh, this is all sick. This is a cool bit as well. Show Miss Marvel getting ready to team up the Mighty Avengers, the new Avengers. We've got Miss Marvel giving Avengers Assemble, Ben giving his classic It's Clobbering Time. Right, no, I'm supposed to get to the cover artwork because it's so, well, the different cover artwork because it's fucking amazing. All into bargaining at the bottom there. That's Captain America himself. But it's not Captain America. If I get to the place where it shows you, that's not Captain America as we know and love. It's actually Hawkeye. That's not the panel. There between Iron Man and Hawkeye. They're basically talking. He's basically saying, Captain America, should people really deal with seeing Captain America still being alive when he's actually dead? Everyone knows he's dead. And Hawkeye's sort of like, he's still going to live on. Someone's got to take up the mantle and use the shield. But he's basically saying to Iron Man, it's only because if somebody else does it, it's just going to remind you of him all the time. That's why you don't want it to happen. And he gets really, really sad and upset. But this next one, Depression, Spider-Man in the black suit with the shield above him, with his head in his hands. There's a great, oh my god, there's great imagery in this one. If I show you, Peter Parker is at Ben Parker's, Ben Parker's grave. But then Rhino is also there. And Rhino's not there to start anything. He's there to mourn himself. And Spider-Man just goes absolutely nuts. Of course, he's got the symbiote suit on, kicking the fuck out of Rhino, and he's taking his anger and his aggression, and something quite bad happens if I see it there. Rhino was actually there to visit the grave of his mother, and the fight causes Rhino to stand on his mother's grave and break her tombstone, and it all absolutely flips out because Spider-Man's like, oh, you think it's a coincidence that you're here at the same cemetery, blah 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 blah. This is absolutely nuts. But they get into the fight and we start seeing similarities. Spider-Man starts to tweak out between when he was once fighting the Hulk. The Hulk was above him, now Rhino's above him, and it all starts getting really, really, when we see it there, when the Hulk was about to smash down on Spider-Man, Captain America saved him. We've sort of got the same sort of thing, the way Peter's dealing with it and how he's seeing everything. He's like, this moment that happened once, he's seen it all again because of his love and what Captain America did for him and helped him and who Captain America was to him. It's really heartbreaking, Spidey's chapter in this whole thing. It's definitely the most heavy hitting, and of course Wolverine comes to come see him. Another bit of imagery is he's talking with Wolverine at the same spot as where Goblin got Gwen, and he's just sort of dealing, because obviously Spider-Man's had to deal with a lot of death. Acceptance. It's Captain America's body wrapped in the American flag. It's just, the imagery in this is just fucking heartbreaking. There's a load of the heroes taking his coffin away. There's a massive statue of Cap. Everybody thanking him and talking about their memories, their favourite moments, what Captain America did. A classic picture of him back in World War II fighting against the Nazis, winning that goddamn war. Of Namor, getting him from the ocean, all covered in, he's ice over and covered in ice and stuff. And everybody, just Steve Rogers, Captain America will never die. They're all just basically saying everything he did and everything he represented, who he was. And it ends with a good eye look at the OG Avengers. Captain America, old school Iron Man outfit. You've got Hawkeye there, you've got Wasp, you've got Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, Giant Man. You've got a very weird looking Hulk. And this one, Tony, oh god, brought him back to put him back in the ice basically. Namor's helping him out and stuff. Marie Hill's talking. One era ends. Sorry, Wasp's talking. And a new one begins. We're going to have to accept that right now, Tony. And it's just Captain America's coffin slowly sinking back down to the depths, back to the ice. And then it just says Captain America, 1941 to 2007. A nice cool little interview with Jeff Loeb. So basically the story as a whole is Captain America has fallen, he's died, war in remembrance. Captain America, you get this image at the start. And we're just dealing through a lot of our different favourite heroes, dealing with how Captain America died and what it means to them, like Wolverine at the start, chilling with Bucky there, talking about him. Things aren't always as they seem, because Wolverine's sort of in two minds about if this is actually real or not. And we just get to see them interact. We see an old school picture of Wolverine in the war as well, Captain America there. And it's just a hard hitting read. It's not a very long read. You can get through this quite quick. The imagery is amazing. The interactions, the heroes are all sort of like not divided in terms of they want to fight each other and argue and stuff, but they're divided in terms of they're not quite sure how to process this. Captain America being such the huge character and such an importance to the Avengers and hope and justice and freedom and what he is and who he represents, and they get a bit lost. And the Captain America was that guiding light for a lot of these superheroes, and it does a really good job. Even the imagery of the shield on the back splattered in blood, The imagery alone just yeah, it fucking hits you hard. I'll read you the back if you want, actually. Steve Rogers has died, leaving behind legions of heroes who have gained strength and inspiration from his example. For Spider-Man, Wolverine, Iron Man, and the Avengers, it is time to grieve. This is their story. This is Cap's story. This is America's story. So fucking. In fact, I think it actually, Loeb deals with the key issues of loss very well. Fallen Son is a remarkably mature superhero comic. It's one that I highly recommend you read. And you just, because you forget, again, I know it's not real, it sounds like it's real, you forget that superheroes, you think that they're immune and they're not vulnerable like us mere mortals are, but yeah, they've got hearts, they've got feelings, and Captain America being such an iconic, legendary character to everybody in this world, showing you that how what he meant to them. Fuck me, I'm sounding like it's really happened, like it's really damn getting really upset. And just seeing all these heroes and how they're dealing with it, like Hawkeye trying to take on the Shield, Spider-Man taking out his aggression and anger on everybody because he's so down in the dumps, Wolverine just sort of trying to shrug it off, it's not really happened, Iron Man being too scared to look the truth in the face and just, you know, come to terms with it's actually happened. But yeah, amazing read, straight up 10 out of 10. Go pick up visuals. Remember, it's Fallen Son, the death of Captain America. It's quite old now, so you'll be able to pick it up from most places. It's really, really cool. And it's been a while since I've done a book review, graphic novel, comic book review. And I wanted to get that one out there. It's really cool. The cover alone is something just nice, and then the side piece just to chill on the shelf. But visuals, if you did enjoy that, I didn't go too heavy on the story there. Usually I do a little bit more, but this read isn't so much about having the greatest story ever read. It's about having what the story represents and the meaning of the story, which I wanted to kind of get through to you visuals. If it has, I don't know. I'm shit with words. That visuals, 10 out of 10. Go check it out. If you did enjoy Wabooski, if you want another graphic novel review, I'll either buy something new or I'll rack through the shelves and stuff, and we can go through. We can do single issues and stuff if you want, not collections. We don't have to do collections. But visuals, thank you so much for watching. Remember, always keep being you and keep on web slinging on. Great read.